Morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. So, this is a continuation of Mariana and Roger's topic. There are seven types of policies. First is argumentum ad hominem. The second is argumentum ad populum. There are two types of space of argumentum. First is argumentum ad evidendiam, argumentum ad misericordiam. The third is argumentum ad ignorantium. The fourth is argumentum ad verecundiam. The fifth is argumentum ad judicium. The sixth is argumentum ad baculium. The last is argumentum ex consentio. So let's talk about argumentum ad hominem. This policy is committed when the debaters befogs the issues thus evening the arguments of his opponent and instead direct his attack at the character's personality or belief of his adversary. It is highly unfair for the debaters to indulge in personalities. In political campaign, however, the practice of exposing to the electorates the personal unfitness of an candidate for an elective post in a tolerated, if not encouraged. For it is on the duties of every citizens of a democracy to prevent the elections of men who are venal, corrupt, and immoral. So, for example, during the campaign for the President of the Republic of the Philippines, the two principal candidates were the Manuel A. Rojas and Sergio Esminia. One evading group of electors were assembled discussing the merits of these two candidates. A hunchback was discussing the merits of Sergio Esminia while the thoughts of man with a pock-market face was extolling Manuel A. Rojas. So, the second is argumentum ad populum. So, argumentum populum, this policy is committed when the disputant evades the real questions and appeals to passions produces of his hearers. For example, on the questions, the Philippines retail trade should be nationalized as speakers, ignoring the real questions, inflame his hearers by featuring the Chinese as the venues, corrupt, bribe giving, and communizing pledge race. So there are two types of species of argumentum. First is argumentum ad evidiam. So in a policies of Ignacio Elenche, which are committed when debaters ignore the real questions and inflame his audience with hits and rancor. For example, in the course of debates on the proposition resolved that Filipino-Japanese trades relations be immediately resumes. Negative speakers argued that the Filipino people should not establish any relations with whatever social, economic, and political with a race that cruel and sadistic race whose blood his 30 people of army tortured and massacred in innocent civilians, where cities, ravished women, and laid waste our beautiful land. The second is argumentum ad misericordiam. Isa committed when the arguer ignored the questions. So ignore niyang kanang murag silbing question, ignore niya ay murag. So the question is the controversy, the fact he may admit the connection with his opponent and appeals to pity and commiserations. For example, uh, a person was accused the thief at the trials, sensing that the evidence against him was overwhelming the court. Instead of presenting evidence in his defense, pleading for mercy on the ground that he had so still of private provide foods for his starving family. So the third is argumentum ad ignorantiam. This policy is committed when the debaters ignore the question issues and assert that a case that he has not yet established in good because opponents cannot disprove it. It is a case of shifting the borders of proof. For example, I maintain that there are causes because you cannot prove that there are no causes. So I maintain that this is the straight line because no one among you can prove that it is crooked. Fourth is argumentum ad verecundiam. Literary, these fallacies means an argument to that which inspire reverence. This fallacy is committed when the debaters contend that what is alleged is the valid because it is supported by a person who command respect and reverence. In these policies, the error lies is citing the opinion of the persons not because it is recognized other authority on the matters in the dispute, but because he occupies an accepted position of because he is revered by the people in general. For example, when a debaters maintain that his stand on the proposition is valid because President Manuel L. Quezon entertained the same view. He commit the policy if Quezon has been seated not because he recognized authority of on the questions under the discussions, but because his name command that respect and reverence of his audience. So fifth is argumentum ad judicium. Argumentum ad judicium, this is the policy which is the committed when the debaters ignore the real questions and maintain that his contentions is valid. Because people is general believe in to be so, it is based upon the assumption that a general belief cannot be wrong. For example, when there was no scientific proof that the earth is round, those who contended that is what flat maintain their assertions on the grounds that people generally believe it to be flat. Another example, certain university when 7,000 students used to advertise in the way 7,000 students cannot be wrong. The sixth is argumentum ad baculum. Argumentum ad baculum is a policy committed when debaters ignored the real questions and appeals of force rather than reasons. Umaura ni sila murag silbing mo dol sila anang pasabot ba, pero may sila exact to nga na sila main nga gipasabot ba. For example, when a searcher fails to win the hand of the girl in the courtship, he appeals to force by abducting her. The last is argumentum ex consentio. This is an argument from previous admissions. This policy arises when the disputant ignores the real questions and asserts that his connections is valid because his opponent has previously admitted it to be so. So, for example, is defended the civil actions for Lalomini while on the stand was asked by the opposing counsel the following question: Have you stopped beating your wife? And last is the policy of non-sequiturs. Non-sequiturs is the Latin term which means it does not follow in this policy, showing a valid connections between the assumed or no truth of the premise of the alleged truth in the conclusions. So there are two types of classes of non-sequiturs. First is simple non-sequiturs. Simple non-sequitur is this policy which arises when the arguer draws a conclusion from a premise without any attempt to show the connections between the cause and the effects. So for example, Maria is the most beautiful girl in our university, so therefore she shall be given a scholarship abroad. Second is false causes post hoc or ergo propter hoc after this. Therefore, because if this policy arises when the debater assume that since one occurrence precedes another in points of time that even is the cause of the one that follow. For example, after the United Nations was organized on October 24, 1945, the communists become dominant in China and communist North Korea invaded South Korea. And Indo-China, the communist serpents began to raise its ugly head. The people in the Philippines, the hogs become more defeats of the July constitutions. So that's all. Thank you.